Man said I'm out.
All right, so Kim, are you recording this or no?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Yeah, we're good.
When are we starting? Because I need to know
Oh, you
that.
want to hear it before?
Bro, we
Because
already
last
started.
time
What
we
are you
didn't hear.
waiting for? A fucking intro?
I mean, I was gonna start with intros, but
You
let's go
got
ahead and start it.
you got a
Welcome to
clip?
the To Be Determined podcast. This is your host Lonnie Miles, and I'm out here with my boys. I can't do this by myself. Gentlemen, if you want to introduce yourself, starting with Justin Carter.
What up, Justin Carter, aka JC, coming straight out of San Antonio, young and retired. That's my handle.
And oh,
That's why I like that one.
Young and retired and old.
so coming up next with the beautiful blonde hair, blue eyes, we're talking about my boy Benjamin Kimmel.
Yo,
That's it. That's all you got.
that's all I got.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all you
That's
get
all you need, man.
for now. Got to do a slow,
All right.
slow build up.
So moving on to the next wine sipper, we talking about D Fish right here with the Florida State camo on. We can't see you, bro. Your shirt is disappearing.
What you mean?
We can't see you because you're in camo. Dad joke. Duh.
I'm looking at myself. My camera on. I know. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Dad joke. Duh.
Something like that.
So what's
Introduce
what's the topic for tonight? Or are we gonna do it?
Yeah. What's the topic? They already know who I
Let's
am.
move on.
Yeah. All right. Let's bump up into the RS. Or I don't know why I keep calling it RS. Jesus, that's my military shit.
Listen, before you do that, I think you should
So
look at
bumping,
this.
looking into ROEs, right? Y'all saw me texting you last night in the fucking chat, right? And I was hot. Your boy was hot. All right. And we've had this conversation amongst ourselves, but talking to the hopefully community that we will end up building, um, looking at the conversation of us being military, we've all gone home, and us going home, we've wanted to spend time with our friends and be around our friends and have a good time. But there's those times you come home and your military friends, I'm not military, but your civilian friends are saying, well, why don't you come to me? Well, you didn't realize that I just spent a whole sensu bean to get out here. I spent like a damn near a grand just to come home and be home with my people. And so I want this chat to be an education to our friends who really don't understand that. And so we can help them understand what it is that when we're coming home, what it means to us, and sometimes how they come off to us. What you
Right.
got?
I can make this podcast real short. Get new friends.
That is true.
Facts.
Thanks.
Haven't we all learned through, I don't know, let's go with the 10 years of experience on average that we have here, is seeing that our friends that we thought we had are no longer, they're not friends anymore. That's,
Right.
to be straight up about it. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but they're not friends anymore. Where have you been? We know what friends are. We're sitting here on this fucking podcast right now. We know what friends are.
I
So
think
what y'all
that-
got?
I think that I mean it's all kind of understood in the military community where you create new friends and new family wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? Because I've literally never been anywhere near. I think 18 hours was the closest relative at one point for a
Yeah.
drive. Either that or you get on a plane. It's gonna be 18 hours anyway. So you know what I mean? Like you just end up making your new family elsewhere. I mean, we always do Friendsgivings and Christmas together and all that kind of stuff anyway. So, I mean, it's all about who you meet along the way and going home. I mean, usually, honestly, I haven't really experienced this too much going home in the military, only because usually when I would go home, I would drive, or I would fly to my dad's place and he had an extra car that I would drive around. So I haven't really experienced it too much. But before I joined the military, I had moved out of my hometown, and I would come back and visit. And I had experienced this shit in high school when like I didn't have a driver's license or money or any of that kind of stuff, and I would go back to my dad's house and go visit my hometown,
got a
But
whole refrigerator.
it was the same. It was the same situation where it was like, ain't nobody want to come and pick me up. You know what I mean? But also Uber didn't exist in 2007, 2008. So
I was talking to Lonnie about this earlier. My situation is a little bit different because the first 2 or 3 times I came home, my mom seen the discontent I had with how shit was going. I come home, people were supposed to come to me, and it wasn't happening. So my mom and my sister came together and kind of devised a plan to where, and my guys as well. And whenever I came home, that first Saturday or Sunday I was at the crib, we was having a big party. My mom would invite all the family and all my homeboys. I didn't even have to ask her. So like I knew they was gonna pull up on me no matter what. That kind of helped me out. And then also like my guys, they always hit me up. My core group of friends that I still got back at home. It's either a breakfast or a Saturday night UFC fighting or whatever. And we always go to the same bar at least one Saturday when I'm home, run a tab up, and that's good enough for me. Like I told Lonnie, after that, after I see my family, my friends, I can sleep the rest of the time I'm home. I don't need to spend no extra money I don't have. So that my situation is a little bit different because mom's always hooks it up. Mom's always have a big party for me when I come home. No matter what, I could be home for 3 or 4 days. I can bet I'm gonna see all my family, or they're gonna pull up on me no matter what. You know?
Fish, go ahead and finish it out. But the next question, so we can start thinking about it, is what is it about the military environment that changes us on as far as how we look at individuals that we interact with?
I mean, I'll answer the first question. Like, I think I'm more on the tip where I don't really care if I see people. Like most of my friends are, a lot of them in the military. I just don't, man. Like a lot of them in the military, like the people that I met in the military, I'm probably more closer to them than I am with the people at home. Like obviously, like we've all been cool. Like the guy that was on the phone the other night, that's like my brother. Other people I met in New Mexico over 6 years.
Put a pin in that. We're gonna come right back to that conversation. Put a pin in that. Yep.
So like that's like when I go home, like I'll see family. Obviously the immediate people. I'm not gonna go out of my way to see like my third cousin or the great aunt. Like no offense to them, I wish I could, but it's just be so much, man. I want to like when I'm single, I'd be making plans. So I want to see this girl, that girl, this girl, like whatever, and obviously see family too. But I ain't been home in a while, so I have different priorities when I go home. But I just don't really have like when I go home, I'm with my nieces, my sisters. If I'm talking to somebody at the time, I'll hang out with her. But like the guys that I used to hang out with, they either like still like either on drugs in jail. Some of them might be dead. Like I don't know. I don't really keep up with everybody. Like if we ain't really like on that talking consistently, then I'm not gonna like go home and.
That's the same thing that me and Carter were talking about earlier today. Is like when you go home, people that we know from home, not hating on them or trying to shit on them or like that, but you're still doing the same thing you've been doing for the past 10 years. We've been quite literally all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us.
And
yep.
Oh yeah, damn, man. Hey man, that wasn't me coming at you, bro. I forgot. I forgot. My bad.
Hey, some people are blessed and some aren't. I don't know.
So our viewers who are hopefully listening or tuning into this, myself, Carter, and Fish, we were all deployed together in a certain environment at some point. And after we got done with that, we still stayed close for the past couple of years. Ben has been my brother pretty much ever since I joined the military, and he has not been deployed. So that's where that joke came from. But going back to Carter, what we were talking about earlier is how you pushed me into a world where you need to get off your ass and go and do something. And that was, was one of the biggest pushes I've ever had in my life. And I told you earlier, for listeners that are listening, like, you don't understand how much I praise this man for letting me get up off of my ass, get out, and go experience something. Go do something. It doesn't matter what it is.
I'm telling you, bro, you had all the, like, literally, you had all the tools, bro. You had everything. But to me, you and our other buddy Carter Stock, Y'all just had to put it together. Y'all was out there. Y'all was out there for sure. Y'all was outside, but y'all wasn't outside.
People listen to this right now.
No, 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 not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Y'all was outside, but y'all wasn't outside. I would see y'all. Y'all was doing stuff, but it was like, bro, we gotta take it to another level, bro. Like, let's go to Vegas, bro. Let's have a good time. Let's go talk some shit. Play some in the casino, bro. Party for 4 or 5 days and really get out there, bro, and see something. No worries to nobody, bro. And let's make this thing like an annual type thing, bro. Like we have talked about it before. We gonna link up for a game every year, just off rip. We gonna go see somebody's team every year because you deserve these things in your life, man. You deserve to see stuff because, like I was telling you earlier as well, people in our age group we value experiences now.
Yeah.
People,
Yep.
yeah. Do we want to have a house? Hell yeah. Do we want to have cars? Hell yeah. But we'd rather go travel the world. Be
I still
like,
ain't
I
got a
traveled the
house.
world before I died. Just
I
saying.
can tell you, I can agree with those experiences. Like, because at one point I was ready to be done with this shit, be done with the military, and they said, "Hey, you want to go to England?" I'm like, "Damn, I can go there and travel." And man, I went to France and Spain and Iceland and fucking Barcelona. Like, I can go on the list. And like just every time we go, you learn about these different cultures, you try different food. I eat snails, I eat octopus, like I can go on, down the list of stuff. So like that's something that I value a lot. Like, I want to travel. Like I do, obviously, like I told y'all, when we play next year in Orlando or Miami or wherever we playing at, I'm going. Y'all meet me there. I'm
But
going. Like I want
think
to.
about where it came to, like where we have the thought process of, hey, look, man, how do we get together? Right. So, for instance, I'll give you on y'all's, like, I know Fish and Carter, but the opposite side is of me and Ben. Right. When I got picked up for being MTI, Ben was at my graduation, and then on top of that, we stayed here in this little tiny ass apartment for what was it, like
So
2 or 3
many
days?
Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah, and mind you, I had him, his wife, his daughter, myself, my girlfriend at the time. My parents were in town. Carter, you were over here.
I was about to say, bro, when I came over there, it was packed, bro. I had to
We
sit on
had
the,
this.
I had to sit on the porch, bro.
This motherfucker was. Ty was here. This motherfucker was packed out, and all of that
In a
was
one-bedroom apartment.
in a one-bedroom apartment that's 675 square feet. That's about to be moved out tomorrow. Thank you, Jesus. But all of that came from us being stationed together. That's all it was, and it's really not. It's really not an elaborate thing. It's we understand we're all going through the suck together. How do we come close? And then on top of that, we take it to the next level on being that close. Like, y'all know, Kimball and Carter, how many people were packed into this apartment after my MTIS graduation. 6 months later, Kimball, I'm in Kimball's house with the realtor, looking through the house through FaceTime.
Yep.
Like, what?
I never.
I just
I never.
that's crazy.
Until after we had closed on it.
The first time this fool has seen his house is when he pulled up on it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
And I had seen his house multiple times before he was even in it. And to think about how close we all are and how we're that trusting with each other, it stems from our military environment.
Facts.
That's really what it is. That's what it's always gonna be. Like when you can link up with these people. Like I linked up with a guy in Dallas about a month and a half ago. I haven't seen him since I left, my previous base like 4 years ago. And we just started talking about sports and life, where he's at now, and what he's trying to do. And it's just like like you just talked to him yesterday, like you just was hanging out with him yesterday, and it's been years. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously with y'all, I hadn't seen y'all in 6, 7, what was it? 7 years, I think is what pretty just about.
7
I
years.
think
Yeah, about 7 years.
everything, it's just normal stuff. It's not like nothing was awkward, nothing was weird. it was just like, like, hey, what's up? Like, where y'all been at this
Yeah,
whole time?
you walked up in the house like, what's up, bro?
Just normal. What's up? Like, and I think, when going back to the original question, I think like when you go home and like you see those people that you grew up with, y'all not like y'all obviously not in the same environment no more. Like you are not doing what they're doing. They may not understand what you're doing. Some people don't even agree with it. I got friends that hate me because I do what I do. And I'm like, I don't be out here like doing nothing crazy, but you got
Right out
friends
here.
that, you know, but it is friends that I do go home and if I catch them, I'll see them and we go out to dinner, go out to drinks or whatever, and everything is cool. But I don't know. I think it's different when you get in the military environment because I like my guy that I was talking to the other day. We talk all the time, man. We talk about sports betting, we talk about women, we talk about whatever. And I haven't seen him since I left that specific place in 28, 19, I think, 18 or 19. So, but that's my guy though. Like if I told him to come over here whenever he want, like I got my guy up in Phoenix. Like it's just people just everywhere, man. But it's
It was
different
so
when you
it was so crazy and flawless of how, honestly, man, no disrespect to the dude if he's listening to this, no disrespect to you. I don't know your name, but when I called you and you put him on the chat, right, and me and you were talking, and
yeah.
you put him in there, it was so flawless that he just was ingrained into the conversation, and we just understood that, like, hey man, you Fish's boy, all right, cool, and
Oh, yeah.
we just continue talking. That was it. Honestly, I didn't. In my rudeness, I didn't even ask his name, and
But
like
that's how he is though. He's been
that's
like
how
that
that
with it.
flow is.
Like you just understand each other better, I think.
So if we
But
could say right now, trying to use our platform to try to do something better, um, how let's go through the panel and see the advice that we would give our friends who are at home and are civilians and don't understand our time that we've spent on coming back home. What is the advice that we could give them?
Honestly, man, the only ones that I talk to back at home are all people that are prior.
Shout out,
Steve.
Steve.
Shout out, Steve. Otto. Most everybody's like prior service anyway, so they all get it. There's literally 3 people that I go back to go see, and it's Steve, it's Otto, and it's my brother.
that's easy.
Too easy.
That makes it really easy for you.
Yep.
I think for me though, like I think it's just you just have to like just respect the people's time. If somebody been away for I don't care if it's a month. If somebody's spending, 3, 4, 6, however many thousands of dollars to get home, not to see you, but they're getting home and they're in the area. If y'all really on that, y'all really cool like that, you would make an effort to go see those people. Especially if it's in the same city. Like nobody's saying like drive. I don't want you to drive 6 hours, to come see me because I might not be around or I might be busy or something. But if we in the same area, man, like and you can't take a few minutes of your day to just drive to this person or to take them out for a quick drink or to dinner. All my friends do that when I come home. Like, hey, let's go out. Everything on me. Like, I don't need that. I can take care of my own stuff, but it's cool to see that you still got those people that don't mind doing that. That's rare, but that's really it, man. Like, just understand, like what they're sacrificing and what they're doing to come home to be around y'all and even make an effort to try to see y'all. At least just try to meet them halfway. Like that's really the gist of it. Just you can meet them halfway. I promise normally will work out. In both of y'all's favor. But you got to be willing to do that.
Yeah. So for me, this is kind of twofold question because I want for the people back at home always pull up on me. I'm at the crib, bro. I'm spending my time. I want to be back home. I'm coming to see people. Just pull up on me. Second part of the question, though, the second fold of it was for for our military guys. Like I was talking to you earlier, Lonnie. When we go back home for these people that we haven't seen in forever, and we go talk to them or whatever, let's try to uplift them as well. Let's try to tell bro, hey, you ain't never left where we come from, bro. Pull up on me at my duty station. come stay with me for a week, come stay with me for 2 weeks, and come see what it's really like. So you can see that there is something different out here, other than just like I said, I'm from Indiana. There's something different than just living in Indianapolis, bro. Pull up on me in Las Vegas, pull up on me in Texas, and just come see for a week. I'm inviting you. I'm extending the olive branch. Come see me, so you can see what life is outside, because it's gonna open your eyes up to a lot of extra stuff, bro.
Exactly.
And that's what something we were talking about is like open eyes up to a lot of extra stuff. Like once again, I'll give you your flowers, Carter, because you opened me up to like after our trip that we took after the deployment and we went to Vegas. Like that opened me up. And Kimball, I think you're really, really gonna like this conversation too that we were talking about. Is so we went out to Vegas for what was it, 4 days? 3 days? I literally don't remember that entire trip. That was that was fucking horrible. And I love you, but I'm so mad of how fucked up I was throughout the entire trip. But at the same time, Kimball is once we were done with the trip, one of the things that really spoke out to me about Carter is like I'm gonna have this motherfucker in my life for forever. Is we went was it Aria?
Aria, yeah, Aria.
Yeah, we checked out of Flamingo, and then walked over to the Aria with our bags like some bums. I should have been in a car. But walked over to the Aria, which is not a far walk. And
I had y'all bags and everything.
Fucking wheelie
Bro,
bags
big
down the
baggage.
sidewalk and shit.
Big bag.
We
Yeah, look,
didn't exist. I guess
I'm
we didn't exist.
I'm still carrying the same.
Deployment bags, bro.
I'm still
Ain't
carrying
no
the
way.
same bag that I was walking over there with.
No way.
So we went over to the Aria, and that's when Carter let us know. He was like, "Hey man, I booked this for a couple of days for whose audio is going back and forth right now."
Probably you.
Is it me?
Hey, it ain't us. Our shit ain't green.
You.
Well, anyway, so we get back to the audio. Get back to the audio. Jesus Christ. Gets to Aria, and he says that he books the hotel out for him and Mel for a couple of days. We've been in Vegas for the past 4 days. He books the hotel for his wife to come through, man. Like, so that. And Kimmel, you know how many conversations we've had on I take from the married environment that I'm around, right? And looking at that, dude, that was fucking awesome. That was one of the best things ever. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go spend 4 days in Vegas, with my boys, but guess what? You coming out. You coming out. I'm putting you in Aria. We're good to go.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's easy.
Like,
Don't get no better than that.
Carter,
You gotta-
credits
you
on that,
gotta-
man.
You gotta take care of wifey too, because here's the thing, man. When we went, we had only been home for 8 days. We had been home a grand total of 8 days, and we flew. That's when we flew there. So, yeah, I got 8 days with wifey, but goddamn, like I'm going back with the boys. Like I gotta make sure I do something to incorporate her. as well. You know what I mean?
I know.
oh shit, yeah, we were only home for 8 days.
Literally home. We all came on the same flight, bro. All got home January 31st.
Oh,
You
shit.
know, I remember we got home Saturday night, and the Super Bowl was the next day on February 1st. Literally, I remember. I fell asleep on the couch watching the Super Bowl. I ain't even finished the shit. I woke up. I said, "Damn, who won the Super Bowl?" Mel said the Patriots. I was like, "God damn!" and went right back to sleep after that. I said, "No, I don't give a fuck them niggas, man."
Listen, man, Baltimore was a wild place that night, bro. That night we landed, I went out with one of the guys. Y'all probably remember. I forgot his name, but he had just broke up with his girlfriend, so he was hurt. She broke up with him. So he had saved up all this money to buy a ring and buy an apartment, house. This man, we went to the strip club.
Oh, you gotta look like stupid.
The sketchiest place in Baltimore.
He was
The
with
strip
Choke.
club. Huh?
He was with Choke. Is that what his name?
His name, I think it was I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say his real name, but I ain't gonna say his name, but no, we took me to this. It's like in like a dungeon, bro. You go inside, go downstairs. It's like this big. The stripper's right here, you right here. Of course, I'm the only black guy in there, so of course the only black girl in there come to me. And I'm like, hey man, I gotta go move the car. Like they
I
about to tow
connected.
it. And I was like, we gotta go, dog. This sketchy, man. It don't feel, it don't feel right. Like that was a funny time. And then we drove through like the hood, I guess, in Baltimore. And I guess we hadn't driven in 6 months,
It's
so
Baltimore or something.
we hadn't driven. So it's like we had a right turn. The signs say don't turn on red, so I'm like, I'm not gonna turn. This girl behind me blowing the horn, man. So I eventually the light turned green. I turn. She pull up. She gets close to us and throws all her trash onto the windshield of the car. I was like, okay, maybe Baltimore not the place for me. And then he wanted to go to the hood and go to the mall. I'm like, bro, this not the right mall. That you I don't think you're supposed to be at the mall.
What was your reaction when
Around.
she threw her stuff on the front on the hood of the
Bro,
car?
he was scared. Like he was legit like holding his chest. I'm like, bro, relax. Like this is just aggression. It's all right. Because she was hauling ass, man. I was trying to get away. I thought she was gonna shoot us. It was wild. Baltimore was wild. That's my little caveat on Baltimore. It was just every time I think about it, when we come back, I think of that story because it was so funny to me.
You know what's so
Just how he
crazy to me though? Like deployment, when you come home, you go out of Norfolk, right? They put you up in Norfolk for however many days, and Norfolk is like a cool little place. You got the Navy base right there. You go down to the oh, bro. I'm my family from there, so I'm cool with Norfolk. I've been up and down that way in Virginia. You know, you got everything or whatever. Why, when you come home, they send you home through Baltimore? Can we just take military air right back to Norfolk? And can I get a couple days in Norfolk just to like chill, get some Bojangles, go to the mall, watch a movie, and then go home? Like I don't want to go through Baltimore, but I just don't want
Damn,
to.
bro, why you gotta put a stereotype out there like that?
Bruh.
You could pick anywhere. You could have said McDonald's. God damn.
Big story time. Big story time. But me and Richard came from right back.
Oh, that shit. Yeah, that's your shit. Bouncing off the
That's
walls.
it.
That's what it is.
So,
Yep.
so now
Yep.
you want
That was
you
you.
want to play fingers. Now you
I,
want to play fingers.
I wasn't playing favorites, bro. I'm pointing finger. I'm just saying your shit was the one that bounced off. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Here we go. Big story time. So me and Riddle came from Right Pat. We flew out of Right Pat, bro, at like 10 o'clock in the morning. That day we left, his wife was there. His wife was snot
Riddle.
crying. Yeah, his wife's not crying. My wife's not crying, and I'm in Dayton, Indianapolis, only 130 miles away. My mama then pulled up, my aunties, my little niece, they all snotting and shit. I'm like, oh man, like I don't even want to go to this goddamn plane. Me and Riddle traveled from Dayton to Norfolk. It at least took us out 12 hours, 12 fucking hours, man. It took us so long. So when we got to the place, to the Norfolk end, they ain't had no rooms. They ain't had no rooms in Norfolk, so we went out base. So we finally got to our hotel room. The restaurant was closed. So we just gonna walk down the street, bro. We still in ABUs. We didn't have no extra clothes. They told us that we was leaving the 12 hours after that, so we didn't have to have any extra clothes. So we literally in ABUs walking up and down the road in Norfolk. We went to Bojangles, and we try to you try to grab the door. It's locked. I was like, damn, it's locked, bro. Like, what's going on? It's like 7 or 8 o'clock, bro. Like, come on. We try to walk through the drive-through, and they still told us no. We try to even play the. We try to play the. Hey man, we about to get
You're not gonna just skip past that. You're not about to skip past that. You
The walk
walk
through the drive-through.
through the drive-through.
Hey, I've been there.
You gotta do it.
Me and Riddle, bro. We walked through the drive-through, and
Like, hey, the,
knocked on the window. We was like, listen, bro, we about to leave tomorrow. Can we just get some chicken? Like, we really hungry, bro. Like, we really, really hungry, bro. They was like, nah, we can't do nothing for you, bro. I said, okay, whatever. Ended up going to 7-Eleven and getting some chicken wings and going to sleep, bro.
Yeah, it sounded like the motherfuckers in New Orleans when the Popeyes didn't have no chicken. Get no chicken.
I was like, bro, I said, man, you got really kidding me, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, like, we just want some chicken, bro. Like, we hungry as hell, bro. Like, we hungry. We had a long day. And they wouldn't give us no chicken. Me and Riddle was so appalled. We was so pissed, bro. So pissed.
Lonnie, you never walked through a fucking drive-through?
You said,
I've
what?
done it. I know I've done it at Wendy's. I have definitely done it at Wendy's.
Bro,
Multiple times.
I'm not down for drunk driving. I'd rather just walk down the street. I'll walk through the drive-through of the if the freaking dining room's closed?
I don't think I just do like Uber.
Hey yo.
I guess that, but
Hey, yo.
I've never walked through the drive-through.
Bro, wasn't a piece of Uber Eats out, bro. That was 2014. It wasn't, and it was
I
hey,
know,
to
I
make it
know.
worse, bro. To make it
It
worse,
was
bro. It
not.
was raining outside, bro. It was raining that night. So you got
Nah,
somebody who's
that
5'11" or 5'10", 6'8", big motherfucker just walking down the middle of the street. People was looking at us like he was crazy, bro. Like, what are they doing, bro?
I remember the night, man. I'm
You
just
see this rain out here, bro? You see this rain out here? Get here, my nuggets.
nah. That like they put me in like I didn't understand anything about anything, so I ended up in like a roach coach. It used to be a La Quinta Inn, but it wasn't. It was like some other shit. But I guess all the hotels were sold out because something was going on, and man, people getting. I hear the man beating his wife next door, little kids running around with their shoes on, like the TV
We
didn't
was at
work.
the
The
same
internet didn't work.
hotel. We was at the same
Yeah,
place.
that
They had the
hotel was
pool
not.
in the middle.
Yep,
But we was at
probably
the
wasn't.
same place.
I just didn't know anybody at the time, but that was like the only thing that was available.
Same place,
It
bro.
was so bad.
Same place, bro.
I'll never. I'm like, why am I here, man? The internet. The lady walked over from the office with no shoes on. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I'm about to go back to the airport. Like then at the time it was taxi drivers, and the stupid taxi driver knew he couldn't get on base, and he still picked me up. We get to the gate, they're like, oh, you got your car. He's like, oh, I can't get on base. I'm like, nigga, you really? I'm about to miss the movement, bro. Like Secfo had ended up taking me to the little terminal because the stupid I ain't paying him. I'll come back in a minute. I was like, just lock his ass out. Like we ain't paying him. So you said why would you do that? I literally almost missed the flight, man. Everybody was in line by the time I got there.
Whose man's is this?
I ain't pay him shit. He was outside the gate. I'm like, if he come in, shoot him. What he gonna do? He can't get in there.
Deadly force is authorized.
You gonna do what you gotta do.
Norfolk stories
Yeah.
are crazy. You know,
They are
okay,
different.
so whenever we were on our way to like whatever Lonnie says, when we was on our way to where we was at,
I'll put my name in this.
somebody ended up dying that night. You know that, right?
When?
Some people are dying.
Hey, don't put my name in this. Somebody dying. Hey, what you doing?
No, there was a Navy guy who ended up falling off a balcony.
That's wild. I did not know. They didn't tell me anything. I know when we were there, people. I know
Yo,
in our location.
No,
My
when
bad.
we pulled up to the thing, me and Riddle said, "Damn, why is there so many like EMS, bro? Like somebody fell off like a 5th-story balcony, and he was an ROTC student. It wasn't even a military person. It was somebody at ROTC that was visiting.
That's some wild shit.
Hey, I'm an idiot, and I did not upload the ROSs. I thought I had them uploaded, but my bad. Oh,
Nope.
Do you got the college football on there? Because the
Man,
playoff
whatever.
rankings- I'm just saying the rankings just came out. Whenever you want to get to that topic, we rank too, so I'm excited. We ain't ranked high, but we still rank. So I'm
Man,
excited.
we gonna go on sports. Make sure we ain't going too long on the sports rant because you realize people listen to this, right?
Yeah, they like sports.
Let's see. Let's see.
You know, like, better like,
Look, y'all,
like
was-
sports.
Let's see here. I mean,
You couldn't have paid any money and said we was gonna be ranked this year, bro. I would have laughed in your face.
I got the
You would've
rankings
said-
right here. You want me to run through them, Lonnie?
Well,
I see who the
let's
top
go ahead
4
and-
is, and I 100% agree with the top 4.
So
let's go ahead and bring it in, Carter. What you got on this sports segment?
Here we go. I got 25 Washington, 24 Kentucky, 23 Florida State, 22 UCF, 21 Illinois. At 20, a little bit of controversy if you ask me, Notre Dame. 19 Kansas State, 18 Texas, Tulane, 17, 16 NC State, 15 North Carolina, 14 Penn State, 13 Utah, 12 UCLA, 11 Ole Miss, 10 Clemson, number 9 Bama, number 8 USC, number 7 LSU, number 6 Oregon, number 5 Tennessee, number 4 TCU, number 3
Finally,
Michigan, number 2 the Ohio State, and number 1 Georgia.
You had to throw the Ohio State in there, huh?
That's literally
That's what all
their
the
name.
football players do. That's
Literally their name.
Look, man.
Hey, I agree. I don't agree
Y'all
with
can
the
go
top
on your,
four.
y'all can go on your sports tangent all you want to. All I know is I'm happy that Georgia's number one. SEC is out
Yep.
here whooping y'all motherfuckers ass once again.
Uh-uh. I know you're not one of them people that be like, "Go SEC, my team trash, but my conference good." Because I'm
Why would
never
I
gonna
not?
do
Why
that.
would I not do that?
Would you do
Why
that?
would I not? What you mean?
Those are rivals. You will never ever hear me support Clemson ever. I don't give a damn if they number one. You never gonna hear
That's,
me
just,
say
that's a particular team, though. That's a particular team. You mean to
that's
tell
the
me?
problem.
Hold on. Because we
If
got to make
Clemson
this
is top
very fucking
four,
clear.
I don't want them
Because
to win. I don't
you
want
mean
Clemson
to,
to win. Listen, when it comes down to it, we both got 3 national championships. I do not want Clemson to get 4 before we get 4.
you
I'm
do know
never ever. I don't give a
your
damn.
school gets money if they win.
We don't get shit. We
That's a
don't get
lie.
nothing. The
That is a
ACC
lie.
is this. We get all of us get money from TV deals. I know that. Clemson getting more exposure does not help Florida State at all. They just make us look like shit. We lose more recruits. We
Not the
don't get.
exposure. It's the national. It's winning the Natty. Every ACC team, or let's say when Clemson won, right?
Bro, listen.
Every
If Clemson
ACC team gets a piece of that bag.
they
So why
get
would I
200.
not want that team to win?
Every
I don't
team got
care.
a piece of that bag, but every team in that conference was never going to win other than that was Clemson. So that I mean that's the funk. They not. I mean they got a piece of the bag, but what does that mean though? They're not getting these same dudes.
Hold on. So you
I
mean to
don't.
tell me? If you mean to
I
tell
would.
me to say that if you had somebody who was your representative for your conference to go in there and win, and you gonna get some money, you mean to tell me you're not gonna go for that team?
No, fuck no. I do not want them to have success than my team ever.
Y'all goofy.
I do. That's not goofy. Like I like. Do you think you think Clemson supported us when we had Winston run up score on people in 2013? They
Don't worry
hated
about
us.
that.
No,
In
they
the
hated us.
words of takeoff, cap. Cap. No, nigga, hell no, I'm not rooting with them. You think last year when Michigan was in the championship, I was like, oh yeah, I hope Michigan winning for the Big Ten. No, I hope they get stumped in the ground. I hope they
It is
lose
never-
by 100.
That says something
Money-
about y'all sorry ass conferences.
No, money is cool. Money is cool, but I'm not like I don't want my rivals to be more successful than me. Like if Miami was in the championship, I would despise them. I would hope everybody just blew through them. I don't want them to win nothing. Miami terrible, so they never gonna get there. But
I ain't got to worry
don't.
about y'all.
Huh?
I said, but I'm in the SEC. I ain't got to worry about y'all.
But that's the thing. Like y'all not gonna get there no time soon. So why would you support? Like why do you want Bama to win? I wouldn't want Bama to win.
I did
I was
not
just
say
saying.
a single word about saying anything about Bama. I said the
Bama,
SEC.
Georgia, Tennessee. Like if those are rivals, those are your rivals at the end of the day. I don't want my rivals to do better than me. No, in any way, shape, or form. Now if we both in there, of course I'm gonna be like, all right, I hope one of us make it. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna put all my chips onto Clemson. Like obviously they're not gonna make it this year. I'm happy about that. I'm glad they're not gonna make it. I hope this is their downfall. I'm sick of them. But next thing,
Transition a little bit. Like we talked about last week, TCU got a bad shake last week, but now they in the top 4 as an undefeated team. Are we saying that they're gonna make it all the way? Are they going undefeated and gonna win the Big 12 to make it into the playoff or no?
TCU is losing their first game against Ohio State in the CFP.
that's fine. But you can't. It's hard to say that because you don't know if Michigan gonna be there at that point. So if Michigan's not there, TCU
Michigan
probably
won't be
will move up. I know obviously not because I think Ohio State gonna beat them too. But like at that point, like you gotta think about because TCU plays Texas this week, I think, or it may be next week. I don't remember. But Texas they've been looking all right. So you got to think if TCU loses them, are they putting Tennessee or Oregon in or USC? I mean, I don't know how they got LSU or USC. I get it, but you can't. It's hard to have a 2-loss team over one. I don't know. Whatever.
What you mean?
That's-
LSU was out here slapping people.
So, I know. But
It's the competition that they beat. The competition is what it is. They value, like you said, these good wins.
Bro, listen though, listen, man. Alabama is 7 combined points away from being 5-4 this year. I looked up the stats. They are 7 points away from being 5-4. They are 6 points away from being 9-0. So you can look at it either way you want, but like you gotta. I factor in the. I know Oregon may not play amazing competition, but they've put up 40 plus points on every single team they've played after they lost to Georgia. They have not been trailing in the game. They haven't been close. They've blown the shit out of everybody they don't play. I get it. The Pac-12 ain't really, big deal, but it's hard. Like I get LSU beat Alabama. Like I understand that they beat them on the last second play. They lost to us. It's hard. Like I don't know, man. Like I don't necessarily think that a team with two losses should be over teams with one loss. I don't know. It's like especially like when you look at the loss, you know what I'm saying? Like
Well, regardless,
I
you're
don't
gonna have most likely you're gonna have 3 1-loss teams in the CFP anyway this year. This is realistic because
I
Georgia
don't
still
know.
has. We still have the
Cap,
SEC championship coming up. We still have uh,
cap.
the Big
I
Ten.
don't think you will though, because
Go
Georgia.
ahead.
Like listen, like if Georgia wins out, Ohio State wins out, TCU wins out. Who else? You got Tennessee at or because Michigan they lose obviously when they I think they're gonna lose. I'm just gonna put it on record. When they lose, they're gonna drop out. Now you got Tennessee potentially that would be that one lost team that would jump in. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got to look at it because they're gonna play Georgia. Georgia probably gonna beat them. Or they're not gonna play Georgia. I take that back. Georgia's gonna play LSU. I would think maybe. I don't know like how they gonna look at how they gonna do that in the SEC West because LSU and Alabama both got two losses right now.
So I
So
think
I
that I think what we're looking at, in my opinion, what we're looking at is we're looking at two undefeateds. We're looking at Ohio State and Georgia. Georgia being number one, right? And Michigan dropping out of the thing if TCU wins, right? And then to me, it's a big toss up because here's my thing. If Tennessee lost to Georgia, the number one team in the land, whatever, cool. But if Oregon wins that Pac-12, Oregon won
exactly,
a conference championship, bro.
and they only
How do
lost to
you keep
Georgia with
them out? How do you keep right? They lost one time. How do you keep them out when they won a conference championship and Tennessee did not win an SEC? Like that to me is big. My second question is: we've been talking here all this whole time. You don't even know, Ben. Who was your team? We ain't even know who was your college football team, Ben.
Bro, nobody gives a shit. welcome to the welcome to the To Be
bad.
Determined podcast where we talk about military, family, life, but mostly sports.
It must be somebody trash. Then you must be on the trash train.
No, honestly, I don't even I don't watch much football. I actually just recently last season I started watching football for the first time ever. And
I will advocate for this.
I've been
I will
watching-
advocate for this.
I've been watching
Okay.
NFL this year. I haven't watched much college, but I mean, I guess if I had to pick, it's somewhere up in the Northwest, Oregon, Washington State, whatever.
No, because what was really cool was like when he would text
Just
me
say-
and be like, "Hey man, like, how does this thing work in sports balls?" Like that was really cool because like, hey man, like finally, like you're into it. Like not everybody has to be into it, but it was really cool because he would sit down with his wife and like and watch the shits because she's a huge Georgia fan, which I'm with. I'm okay with that because y'all know we reside the best conference in the
She
country.
does
Oh,
the
you know-
she
you
does
know-
the
you
sports
know
thing in our
everybody
house.
is-
She does the
Yeah,
sports thing in
yeah.
the house, and I do all the other shit.
Yeah, like fixing all the shit that's fucked up in the house. Jesus Christ.
I didn't want to bring it up.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, I'm gonna put it out there. Like whoever built that house, fuck you.
Nah, whoever built the house is probably fine. It's whoever lived in it between 1985 and 2020. Fuck you.
Let's bench off the sports because we know we can sit here and talk about sports all day long. Let's do that to our personal chats. So
I can't be a part
Carter.
of this. I can't be a part of a sports podcast. Sorry, guys.
yeah, he's gonna sit there and stare at the camera all day, figure out what the fuck is going on. Here's a good one. I'm trying to figure out how to word this question. What are some of the best places you've been TDY'd at?
Oh man,
Cape Canaveral.
TDY, bro. Like,
Hey, chill. But what are some places you've been?
I went TDY from Dayton. I was at Right Pat to Vegas, bro.
Oh shit! I went to
2
Vegas
weeks,
twice in
2
2
weeks
shit.
months.
before 2 weeks before I PCS there. So I was there for a week. I found a house and everything. I moved Mel there before I went. She just stayed there. So that was pretty dope. Another one that you wouldn't think was like, it wasn't a big place, but it was like a little homey place, was like Rochester, New York, man. There was nothing there. It took me to the mall and took me to like out to eat to the hotel, but like it was so homey. I was like, bruh, like everybody says hello. It was cold as hell.
So you went to the American Eagle?
Yeah, I was like, that's cool. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think what else. Probably when I was in Nellis, when I was in Vegas, they sent me back to Dayton, which I would say is only 130 miles away from the crib. So I got to see my whole family for like a week. So
That's dope.
That's a home trip right there.
I went to
free.
Vegas.
That's the big
Yeah,
thing.
I
you
went
know what's so
to.
funny? The commander asked me. He said, "You know, we're running low on the budget, Sergeant Carter, so we might not be able to like actually pay for the hotel. If you want to pay for the hotel," I said, "Bro, I got family in Dayton, bro. What you mean? My stepdad there. I stay with my grandma, bro. I stay with my grandma though."
Can't beat
So I'll
that.
be sleeping at the house.
And
talking
then
about?
I was getting per diem. I was chilling. And then I was going over Riddle House having barbecues every night. So I was like, "Bro, this is the perfect TDY for me." Because even the teacher for the TDY that I was at, she knew me. She knew me from way back in the way. So it was like, ah man.
Once
I'm
again,
gonna
shout out
like
Riddle.
5 people today.
That's dope.
That's easy.
I went to Vegas the same year. I went for a week in March and then a week in May. Both TDYs that I didn't even bring a uniform with me at all.
Oh, you can't beat that.
No, it was dope. I think the first one we stayed at Caesar's Palace, thanks to your boy Lonnie for hooking it up. And then the second time I stayed, I went by myself.
Learned that from my boy.
Yeah, I went by myself the second time and stayed at the Flamingo on my freaking GTC.
Boy, you can't beat that. I can't wait. I'm gonna go to Vegas.
Carter, you want to do it or you want me to do it?
It's our story real fast before you tell
Go
yours.
ahead.
So when I was in Dayton, and when I went back over there, they called it the rebluing tour. You know, like they we're gonna take 7 sharp airmen out somewhere, and we just gonna, we're gonna go visit the base and do whatever, right? But we was with a 2-star general.
Fuck is that? I never heard of
The
anything like
2-star
that.
said, hey, he said, "Man, I'm not staying on Nellis, bro. We stand on the strip." So he has at the Caesars too, bro. I was like, "Hey, I like this dude, man. I'm with this
That's
guy
the
right here."
That's the one.
Yep.
No, so when Kimmel was booking his trip, it was him and our supervisor. They were booking their trip to go to Vegas, and I was like, "Hey man, hold on, before you start doing what you need to do, give me a couple seconds." And literally called and was like, "Hey yo," I forgot what I said actually.
You just asked them.
Yeah, I
You were
forgot.
like, you asked them if they had a military rate. You're like, we're going there on government orders or whatever. Like, this is how much we have to spend on a hotel. Can you go that low? And they were like, "Yup." Fucking book
All right,
it,
cool.
dude.
Cool. I'll book you right now.
Let me go.
Give me information right now. And then like I got that from JC of how he taught me how to book shit in Vegas. All you gotta do is just call these hotels. That's all you have to do. And we can go ahead and put the cheat code out there for anybody else that's listening right now. Like, whoop, put the cheat code out there. All you gotta do is call the hotels and ask them for a cheaper rate, and they'll do it.
All you gotta do is call and be like, "Listen, man, I only got one toenail on my left foot. I'm trying to get a cheaper rate." And they'll be like, "Yeah, we'll give you a discount no matter what. We'll give you a handicap discount." You be like, "All right, cool." I'm telling you, bro. You can say whatever. You can be like, "Hey, bro, I'm just coming there to have fun with some friends. We want to drink. We want to whatever." And literally be like, "Okay, well, have you signed up for our players card?" "Well, no, I
I
haven't."
will.
And then they'd be like, "Okay, cool. We got a special. If you stay for 4 days, it'll be $99. That's the one I want right there. Sign me up.
Yeah,
I
there.
need to go.
Hell yeah.
I need to hit them up. I gotta get this shit together. Man. Let me see.
It
What
really
have I been?
It really is that simple, Fish. Like straight up, all you gotta do is just tell them, like, "Hey, I'm not paying that. Can I get another room?" I'm not paying that.
Do that. I don't have to do that.
Yo, I didn't even have to call the Flamingo. I just booked that shit through DTS because it was like, I want to say it was like $45 a night or something stupid like that. It was
That's
so
wild.
cheap.
It be like that, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all boys another hack. Get that Caesars reward card through their Visa or whatever, bro. I had booked a room for my dad. My dad's going 2 weeks from now, bro. $19 a night, bro, for a
Get
whole
the
week.
fuck out of here. Well, it's because they know you're
outta
gonna
here,
stop.
bro.
They know you're gonna stop at the
That's
tables on your way
crazy.
out the front door.
Exactly.
They're like, bro, we'll give you
They
the
gonna get their money back.
yeah, we'll give you the
They gonna
room.
get their money back.
He gonna
Oh,
die
no,
before
no.
you come out the door. What you doing?
Oh no, Pops is the high roller, so I don't know. Yeah, that's money. Pops be on some BS. So they might not get their money from Pops though.
I refuse to admit anything if I have ever met Carter's father at all. Like,
We told Pops he
Man.
was going out. We told Pops he was going out. We said we about to go to the Paris. We got the table. It's like $500. Pops handed
Was
me
that Paris
like
night?
Pops handed me like $1,000 and said, "Hey, just go have a good time." I said, "Okay, all hundreds." He said, "Yeah, I hit it big, son. I hit it big." Okay, that's all I need to know, bro. That's all I need to
Was
know.
that Paris
Don't
night
tell
or
me
was it
nothing else.
or was it Hakkasan night?
No, no, that was Paris night. Because remember, we had to buy it with the Paris.
Yeah, I was just living, man. I'm gonna go over
Oh,
there, so I
I
might
don't
go
remember
for
too much of that anyway. No matter.
I
My
really
opinion
might go
is
for the-
out of there.
Well, where have your favorite TDYs been? If you've been TDY, I know y'all. I don't know if y'all go anywhere.
No. First of all, I can say
Hey.
my favorite TDY has been my only TDY, and my only TDY has been in to go watch a foot shot in Vandyland. That's
No,
it.
you went. Didn't you go to Barksdale?
That is not. That's probably why he didn't mention it. That is not a TDY.
I'm just saying it's not
So-
your only
No,
TDY.
No. He makes a good point. He makes
And
a very good point.
also, it was probably pretty similar to a trip to Vegas while you were there.
Oh, that's
No.
true. Because they had the casinos.
Barksdale was worse than Vegas.
They got
Vegas,
casinos, though.
Vegas cannot even touch what I went through in Barksdale. And so I'm gonna go ahead and say this out loud, and we can edit this however we need to make sure we are keeping in compliance. But I remember coming to Barksdale. From what I remember, we got to Barksdale. We flew to Dallas and drove
drive.
from Dallas to Barksdale, which was stupid. But
Yes.
because quite literally everyone else in the command flew into Barksdale. I'm not going to mention the base that I was at the time, but it's up north. So
And they dropped the ball.
yeah, and they dropped the ball on that, on getting us our tickets. So we got to Barksdale the first night, and we ended up going to. So what we're there for is a global strike challenge. So basically, like our entire command does a challenge on how fast some people can do different tasks. Just to make that long story short, and we go to Barksdale for the results. So we get to Barksdale,
Mhm.
and oh my god, we get to this hotel. It is crazy. So we get to our actual hotel that we're staying at, but then we end up getting shuttled to another hotel where we all meet up. And I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's military 101. These people are out here throwing shit across the room, tables being flipped. Like, we are having a great time. And for that entire week that I was there, it was really, really hard to be sober because we were having the time of our lives. And when it came to the point where we were doing the results for Global Strike,
Mhm.
the results is where the giant party happens. So what they do is they take us to a giant hangar that's empty on Barksdale Air Force Base, and they put up a whole bunch of tables. Now these tables, and this is the fun part about it, the tables, you have to defend yourself. So like, let's say you put your top down on a table, you better not walk off because somebody's gonna come and take your top. And guess what? You are just, that better not be your only top that you have for this trip, because that's it. Your top is gone.
Mm.
I'm talking people were taking generals' hats. Generals.
Nah, I don't
4
get-
stars.
That's stupid.
4-star general's hat. And I remember General Ray went up to the dude who took his hat and was like, "Hey, look, man, I need this hat, but tomorrow I'll go in and I'll make sure I order a new hat to give back to you because you rightfully took this. It's crazy, man. Like we left, we bought a whole bunch of fireworks and stuff, like little pop things that people do, like little things you like pull a little string, they pop off or whatever. We bought a whole bunch of those. Yeah, we all got up and go get drinks. Came back to the table stripped, gone, bye,
Mm.
gone. And we saw it on the other people's table, and they were like, "Come do something about it," but they were defending it. Come do something about it, and that's like the crazy camaraderie that like you can't find that anywhere and get away with that. It's just respect. It's like, damn it. Whatever, man. I bought a cowbell from what was it, Guitar Center, and somebody stole that, and I was really mad about that. That's the only cowbell I bought in my life.
They got to
That
fight
shit
You
you.
sucked.
needed it.
I needed it. I had it for about a good 10 minutes, and then my dumb ass went to talk to somebody else, and sure enough, look back, my cowbell, the dude like rang it in my face. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, damn, you got me. I got. So
Definitely not it.
I think Barksdale is my favorite TDY, man. That was a crazy week. Other than the roaches and the ants, that was not cool. But it's Louisiana. What else can you really be mad about?
Yeah, you got to expect it.
Bro, I had a monster roach in my room on the TLF base lodging. Fucking monster roach. I woke up in the morning and that fucker was like on the curtains on the window, and I was just like, fuck.
Nope.
Disgusting.
Nope.
Disgusting.
Did I tell you I woke up to a scorpion on my ceiling the other day?
No.
Hell
Where
no,
you
I
at
came
right
up
now?
here. Yes, in my literally right above my finger, right here. So I came out of my bedroom. I look up. I was like, man, what the hell is that on my ceiling? I really didn't pay too much because I'm still processing waking up. So I go pour myself some water, let Frank out. I sit down on the couch and I look back up again. I was like, that's something on my ceiling. What the hell is that? I look a little closer, like, that's a motherfucking scorpion. Oh no, I'm not doing this. So sure enough, I got my vacuum, pulled that thing out with a little long stick thing. Said, nope.
Right up in there. Easy.
I'm not playing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not finna try to squish you. I'm not doing none of that. I don't even know how you even got into the house to get on the ceiling.
Mm.
Hell no.
Bro, these
That's
trainees,
something
these
else.
trainees
I can't
at
do
work,
bugs, bro.
these trainees at the squadron will come up to me talking about, sir, there's a scorpion in the tent. I'm like, what the fuck you want me to do about it?
Kill that
Go
motherfucker.
You're wearing boots just like me. Fucking squash it.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. You probably don't ran away, but all the time you don't took to come to me, you don't ran away.
He's already gone. He's in your fucking. He's in your rack.
Wherever you don't want him to be, that's where he's at.
He's in your spare
Like,
set of boots or whatever.
Yeah, I got to be careful over here because they got everything under the sun that can get in your house or kill you or be caught up at your door. So I got to.
Oh yeah, you in the equivalent of Australia and America.
You
That's
got
what
some
it feel like.
stuff over there. You got some stuff.
I got to make sure I'm good because it's definitely some weird shit. So I'll
You
be
out
good.
here,
though.
you out here with stuff.
It's literally the Wild Wild West, man. I ain't seen none
Nope.
yet, thankfully. But
Nope.
listen, no shit. Dr. DeSantis beat Charlie Chris. No fucking shit. What they thought was gonna happen?
Man, listen, man, this is gonna be
Don't do it. Y'all about to go down a tangent. Don't do it.
I'm not trying to go on a tangent. I'm not trying to listen, man, because obviously my Air Force City on retired or whatever. I can speak on it, whatever. Tonight is going to be a very interesting night to see where the country is headed, especially because Donnie T said on the radio that he's going to announce next week on the 14th. So it's going to be a very, very interesting couple of weeks. And leading up to 2024, man, it's going to be crazy because you know what? I was reading an article that said DeSantis and Trump be beefing, and I like that, bro. I want to see them bump head because they two heavyweights. That's a heavyweight fight right there. No
though,
matter how you
man,
cut it
if
up, man, that's two dudes who are
I think it will be
alphas, and they're like, you
entertaining.
know what? Back, like
it's
they're gonna
gonna
be
be
going at it.
it's gonna be some wild because I could just hear Trump saying little DeSantis don't know what he talking about. He ran the state into the ground. Like I already know what he gonna say. Like I'm waiting for. I think he called him something already today. But DeSantis, like he did all right in Florida. Like Florida's in a good position or whatever. But I don't think that I wouldn't have ran for governor if I have intentions of being the president. You're not gonna be focused, in my opinion. You're not gonna be focused on like
What you
what you
mean?
need to be say. Like I don't. I feel like he gonna be more because he gonna run for president. Like it's no. That's like the worst kept secret in the country right now. You know what I'm saying? He'll run for president, but I would have preferred like if you wasn't like if you know you're not about to be 100% committed to the state for the next 4 years, then don't run for governor again. Like go focus on your presidential campaign. I get it; it's for the exposure and stuff. You know, people already know who you are. He got national ads running, attacking the president instead of attacking his
Yo,
opponent in Florida. 'Cause he knew he was
have
gonna
y'all
win.
seen how savage these ads have been?
Yes, yes, bro. Like the one over here, they said the Democrats are elected in Arizona, so the cartel come across the border and putting fentanyl in children's candy. Like what the fuck?
Here's my thing, man.
Bro,
Like
that shit's
my real thing
expensive.
is
They
this,
ain't
man.
putting that in
Like
candy.
we talked about this kind of last week too. Like talked about it a couple times, like with the Kyrie situation, the X, Y, and Z. Like be saying stuff like, where is the empathy at for other human beings in the United States now?
There is
Because
none. It's
None.
gone.
at the top, there is
That
no
shit's gone.
empathy for nobody. Like, bro, like what happened? When we came up, I feel like there was certain stuff we couldn't say because either mama, grandmama, uncle, somebody was gonna slap you in your mouth and be like, "Boy, if I ever hear you talking like that again about somebody, it's gonna be on." You know what I'm saying? And
Not no more.
I feel like
But
some of us
you
got
talking about the days of old though, bro. Like the days of old are gone.
like,
That's not such a thing anymore. Like what we talking about? I think it's a couple weeks ago. We were talking about how it takes a village, right? We all grew up in the environment of it takes a village. That mindset, that's gone. It's
if a
because
baby,
people have become so singular on themselves. There is no more. It takes a village. If you look at my child and say something to my child, even though I know how much I respect you or be with you, like for instance, let's make this like let's be really really 1-on-1. Kim knows if Remy fucks up, he's going to expect me to fuck her up.
Yeah.
And yes, there's still even like as long as I've known him, there still are my restraints on that's not my kid. But at the same time, he still has that openness to be like, no. If she's over your house, if she's visiting you, like let's say him and Kelsey are on a date or something like that, and Remy's over your house fucking up, no, fuck her up.
Yep.
But we don't have that mindset anymore. That's been gone.
like what
And
happened to like the baby is ugly kind of thing. Like
whoa,
when a
wait,
baby is ugly,
hey, where you go with that?
no, it's a metaphor. When people used to say, if we know that baby ugly, what do we say? That baby so precious. That baby precious. But nowadays people be like, bro, your baby ugly as shit. Like,
Bro, listen.
I can't relate
I'm
to
very
you, ugly.
I'm very much on the train where like I am not gonna tell you your baby cute if it's not cute. I'm not. I'm just saying like I just won't comment. I just won't comment. I say, oh, like man, like she got some pretty hair, or like she got some. I love her shoes. Like those nice shoes.
Find one
That's
thing
a nice
positive to say.
dress you got on. That's great. Mm-hmm.
you still ain't saying the baby ugly, bro. You still
No,
get
but I'm
flexible
thinking it.
to be ugly.
I'm thinking it, but I'm not going. I won't say it. But I'll tell y'all. I'm like, bro, I saw this ugly baby, like like James Brown or something. I'll tell y'all, but I'm not gonna like say it. Yeah. I tell y'all, but
You
that's
ain't Donnie
just
T,
that.
you ain't Donnie T saying like, hey man, like he whatever thing he think up here, it come right to his tongue. Like, hey, he was like, hey, Ted Cruz wife,
Your baby ugly.
People love
Wife
that.
is ugly as hell. Like, bro, like Ted Cruz was like,
No,
oh, it ain't nothing like that. Like, bro, it's on
no.
site. When I see you, it's on site now, Donnie T. I gotta whoop your ass off. I
When
hurt you.
he said that shit, I'm like, ain't no way he not gonna get slapped in his mouth tomorrow. Ain't no way. Like I was shocked. I'm like, this guy just called this dude white ugly in his face, and he didn't do nothing.
Man, they've been doing it for Hillary for years now.
I'm saying debate, gas station, airport, uh, consulate, uh, anywhere. It's on site, bro. You're not gonna talk my wife like that, bro. You're not gonna grab my wife by her pussy either. You're not.
Oh shit!
If,
Oh
if
shit!
I was, I would have walked up to him on stage. Like,
Leave
hey,
my chat. I'm out. I play. Shit.
I'm just saying, man. Like
It's
I don't know, but I get what you're saying. Like ain't shit off limits now, man. Like even with Biden, like he was pulling receipts a couple months ago of all the people that got those loans forgiven when he introduced the little student loan thing. I'm like, yo, I never seen this before. Like he like, oh, like this lady from Georgia want to talk shit, but look, I canceled $80,000 of her debt. I'm like, when? What the hell is going on? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess because as I was growing up, it was President Obama or whatever. So he was just chilling. He really didn't like pop off. He should have popped off like 100,000 times on their asses, but he didn't. And then you got Trump, and Trump didn't. He didn't give a fuck. Like he will say,
We all know that.
he'll say whatever he want to say, whether you like it or not. He'll push her. He used to push people out the way at all the little UN meetings to get in front of him. Like this, he walking in front of the Queen. Like it was just everything he did was just wrong, but he didn't care. Like who gonna stop him?
I respect him though. I do respect him
I
as
do.
a businessman. I respect him when he does. I just think he's just too overbearing sometimes. If he was not as overbearing, I think that we would be really comparing him to Bush 3.0, maybe. He might be Bush 3.0. He's really, really conservative,
Yeah.
whatever. But like, he might have went down as a better president if he wasn't so overbearing. I don't hate the dude. I don't hate the policies because I get it. Everybody got
Yeah.
their own thing or whatever. But like, just in general, the state of the politics in the United States, I feel like, boy, hey, in 40 years, maybe 50 years, 50 years, 60, I'm gonna say 60 years when all of us are 100 and gone. This might be a third world country, bro. The way that we going right now, bro.
The way it's headed, it might be before that.
Hey, y'all can
I
say
don't
what
know.
y'all want. Y'all can say what y'all want. Trump being president was the most insane part of my life.
Bruh.
Yeah, but it was.
It was
Yeah,
just
it
so
was
TV every day.
entertaining.
You can watch TV every day, and it was gonna be something like today. Trump said, "Fuck,
Bro,
whoever." You'd be
listen.
like, "Bro, what?" Like,
It was so
Bro, people
constant.
used to,
Well, it was so constant.
I
Everybody
was
got
applauding, bro.
desensitized. Everybody got desensitized. So it's like, oh, he did that. Oh, okay, that's not as bad as what he did last week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how he got away with literally everything he got away with. Because we were all like, oh, well, it's not that bad, I guess, in the grand scheme. Like, we already know. It's like the South Park effect, right? Like, when South Park came out, everybody was like, oh my God, clutching their pearls and shit. And then after a while, after all these years, it's like, oh, they said that? Oh, it's just South Park. Nobody gives a shit. You know what I mean? They're going to go out and they're going to say whatever it is that they're going to say. And Trump did the exact same thing when he was the president. It was like, oh, it's just Trump. He's just being an idiot again. And then nobody cared.
But the fact that he more than likely gonna run again, and probably I'd say he got a 70% chance of winning again if he goes up against anybody in that Republican Party and against any Democrat.
In the Republican Party,
I'll
yeah,
go.
because
So
they look at him like a fucking deity. You know what I mean? Like they all worship
God,
this
bro.
dude.
He's God to them. I would say
Like, he is-
he's going to run again. He's going. So I listen to a lot of conservative radio because I like to hear every point. I listen to the left and I listen to the right. On Clay and Buck today, which is they took over for Rush Limbaugh, he pretty much said he's running. He wants them, Clay and Buck, to be at the party next week on the 14th. But he's going to announce that he's going to run. He's going to run. The thing that I differ with you, Fish, I don't think he got the 70%. I think it's really a 40-60 chance he loses.
to Biden.
I don't think Biden gonna be running. I think
Yeah, so who would lose? Who would lose?
I don't see him losing to a single person in the Democratic Party right now. Because Kamala ass ain't gonna. She been hiding in the fucking bunker No offense to her, I love her, but she been hiding in the bunker a little bit. We don't really, we ain't she like if she runs for president, we can state the obvious reasons why she's probably not gonna win. Um, you know, it's really nobody else. I don't think I don't think it's nobody else on that side that could win. I just don't see it, man. Like I don't know. Like
I think that
You can't shit on my AKs like that, bro. I can't let you do it. I can't let you do it. My mom gonna kill me.
I do think it's early.
I love her. I just don't know.
He got to beat DeSantis first, right? Let's say he doesn't beat DeSantis. Gavin Newsom versus DeSantis, and that's a toss up too. We never, you never know because both of them setting themselves up for it. But if it's Biden, I have a problem because Buddy's like like 90, 98 and a half, can't even like pull his pants up by himself. He wear the pins and shit.
Jesus Christ, that's our president, dude. Come on, man. I can't say nothing about that.
I can't condone this conversation. That's my commander in chief.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead. Myself, the third. I am cutting myself out of this conversation. I have nothing to say. Our president is president. That's it. I'm cutting out.
You can edit it. It's fine.
Y'all three, I got y'all. But do y'all remember what I said in the beginning? My handle was young and retired. I can say these things now.
You can have your retired opinions. You go ahead, my dude. Go ahead, 100%. I just want to know these are not the words, actions, or thoughts of Ronnie Lee Miles III.
Or the United States Air Force.
On the Air Force on this show. I'm just saying, I just think that he's a little bit too old to get the job done, and I need somebody else in there. I feel like, personally, you shouldn't be able to run once you hit 70 years old. We need young blood in there, man. I just turned 35. Would y'all vote for me? I might run. You never know.
Hey, you got my vote.
But you know what, though? When people say that, like the age thing, like Biden is 79, Trump is 76. So, because Trump don't look that old, but he's 76. So by the time
He looks great.
By the time 2024 comes around, he gonna be 78, 79. We gotta say it like, hey, he too old to be running at this point. He don't look like it, obviously, because he got his work done and his hair stayed dyed, but he'll be 79 at that point too.
Light bulb camera, TV, or whatever.
Can you imagine Trump being on like the podium, right, and having the same not banter, but the same mindset as somebody who currently runs the country is? Oh my God, that would be.
But that's the thing. Like Trump says stuff, so people don't catch it. But Trump fucks up words a lot. He says the most off the wall shit sometimes.
Do you ever read his the
not
recording?
Sometimes. Not sometimes, all the time.
Do you ever read through if he has an interview or he's on TV or something like that and they have the transcript that's typed out or whatever? Do you ever read that shit? It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. But people look at it
to an outline, bro. What is he really like? We'll give you an outline of what to say, and then here's the outline of what to say over that. You're like, wait, what? Like he just be saying, he be off the rip. He just be off whatever the hell comes to his tip of his tongue.
It's the words, actions, and thoughts of Justin Carter.
But that's the thing, though. Like people, they'll look at the current guy we got. It's been documented that he had a speech problem since he was a kid. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, he may stumble over some words, but I'm like, he's still coherently saying the things. And then this other guy's just saying like, man, I thought the sky was yellow last night, and then I thought the earth was flat. But lock Hillary Clinton up, and then they just forget everything he said because he said that one little soundbite. Like you forgot the whole speech and you like, did he really just said the sky was yellow and the earth is flat, but he said lock Hillary up, so we forgot all of that.
Yep.
like how he was saying, if you read between what he's saying, it's not gonna get better. It's only gonna get worse as you get older. He gonna be 80, and he gonna be 80 years old.
But
I'm just
he has to be one of the most hilarious people I've ever seen speak in my life.
Hey, we can shit on Trump all we want. That's not our president.
Yeah, most definitely.
That is true. Yeah, you're right.
So
I can say fuck him. I can say fuck him.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want. You're not your president.
Fuck him.
Don't say it about him.
But it's funny though.
I don't know.
I'll edit that.
Like personally though, like he literally had these people in a chokehold. Like me being from northern Florida, that's all Trump country. You know what I'm saying? I see it left. I was in Mississippi. They had a cruise in the coast event a couple weeks ago, right before I came here, and all you got people got their RVs wrapped in Trump insignia. They got these big Trump flags, Trump flag, Trump tents. I'm like, this man gonna win, bro. Because you got to think, like the older people, that is like, you saw what happened at the Capitol. Like that's their guy. The young people, even if it's like an independent person, they can look at DeSantis like, okay, maybe I can see myself, like maybe considering this guy. But they don't really like Trump. Like he just, I don't know, man. I don't think he should be able to run again personally from all the stuff that happened. But I don't make laws, so I can't really say anything. I just don't personally.
I just wanted it to happen because to me it's gonna be just fucking entertaining. Like
It's, it's gonna be very entertaining. But
You think it's entertaining until you can't afford fucking groceries because our economy's so fucked
can't
right
afford them
now.
right now.
Hey, watch it get worse before it gets better.
That's true. It's about to get a lot worse.
It has to though. It has to get worse because they got to be like, listen, man, we got to do something now. The president got to do something now. But the reason my mouth open is that, bruh, Raphael Warnock got 50% of the vote against a Herschel Walker. If he gets 1% more, it's over. Ain't no runoff. Ain't no runoff, dude. Ain't no
I don't
runoff.
know. I don't know if y'all listen to Herschel Walker talk, but it is like in school when you got that kid that just reads slow oh, he's not my president. I can talk about him. But I'm saying like he's that guy that is just like he makes me feel some type of way as a black man. I'm like, bro, don't get up here and be saying this dumb shit. Don't get up here and be stumped like just like you are. I'm not gonna say I won't say he embarrassed him, but it's just like when you listen to Warnock talk and you listen to Herschel Walker talk, it is a complete opposite. Like he was like, well, if they want insulin to be low, they need to just stop getting fat. Like stop eating food so they won't get diabetes. I'm like, okay, like that's not how it works, dog. Like, you can't say stuff like that.
I love it, bro. I love when he talks because he's making a fool of himself every time I get up
Shit
there.
is so entertaining. I love it. And it's bad because
Like,
our country is probably gonna implode. Let's be honest. But
I mean, like the
it's
fact
funny
that
to
it's
me.
the fact that it shouldn't even be that close, man. Like the race should not be that close at all. Like this man, like you say you don't support abortion, but you don't gave 15 women money for an abortion. Like what are you doing, bro? I don't know.
It's
I
like
just
it's like you walk in a room, right? It's like you walk in a room and I find Justice and Madison with chocolate on their mouth, right? And I'm like, who ate the chocolate? And they're like,
What, me?
Not me. Like that's how Herschel Walker is every time when you say something about abortion. He be like, but abortion ain't real. But it's like, bro, you don't like you said, you done gave all your little mistresses money to get abortions. You gave
We
money.
got statements that saying that you gave people money for abortions. Now what you talking about, huh?
He like, well, I don't remember doing that. Like, yes, you did. You know what you did. Like, you was in college once. You was a famous running back at Georgia. Like, you know what you did. It's okay if you did it. That's your thing. But don't sit up here and like lie about it because you're trying to get this section of the party. Like, I don't like that stuff, man. I just every time when I watch him, I'm like, this is not real.
Welcome
Like,
to
this is
Politics 101, my dude.
It's so crazy, man. Like it's so many more well spoken, and not even about the spoken shit. Just the whole like I read all these people policies and stuff, and like when I saw the shit he said, if I want to lower insulin, but people got to stop eating too. Like you can't be eating all this fat people food. Like, bro,
Hey,
you in
meet me
Georgia,
halfway,
dog.
you
What
fat
you
fucks.
mean? That's pretty much what he said. Though.
I just want a burger.
I'm gonna drop the prices, but
you're-
you gotta
you were
stop eating
in-
out.
Bro, you are
Oh
in
my
Georgia.
god.
Georgia is the South, dog. Georgia is the South. They gonna eat that up there. I grew up eating the hog, hog and all the pig and all the cow and salty this and high cholesterol and high blood. Like I grew up around this stuff.
Fucking
So you can't tell
sweet
them.
tea.
You can't exactly. You can't tell people in that area, like you better stop eating. Oh, you ain't gonna.
That's not the healthiest area to be like, hey, we need to start eating. What the fuck? This motherfucker got a whole book.
How America works, understanding the government and how you can get involved. I'm telling y'all, bro, I'm gonna be running for something soon, bro. I'm dead serious.
Where's
I be
volume
thinking,
2 through 100?
You said what?
I said, where's volume 2 through 100? Where did that go? Because that can't be the only way.
Bro,
There has to
I'm
be
telling
more.
you, bro. I just asked
you
y'all
know,
to vote, man.
something else that's kind of crazy. Like, obviously, this is the last thing I got about politics. I promise. I am really like kind of confused how
Man, really got a
not
hard look.
confused. I'm not confused. Let me stop lying. I think I'm more disappointed in Florida that you reelect Matt Gaetz. This man has all types of human, like child trafficking allegations against him and sleeping with underage girls and paying them off. His buddy got convicted and said, yeah, he was a part of it. He's under investigation by the Senate and the Congress and the Department of Justice, and he still get reelected. Ain't that wild? Like y'all say y'all against child trafficking, but the guy that's literally just got reelected in the House, you okay with it? Like it's like, oh well, it'll pass over. It ain't no big deal.
He said he's currently under investigation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last I
Federal.
checked, investigation.
That's crazy because in the military, if you're under investigation for fucking anything, you ain't going nowhere.
You are fired.
Yeah, try to PCS while you're under investigation.
It's crazy. Like I'm so shocked. And I don't know. I mean, let me stop lying. I told you I'm not shocked. This is Florida we talking about. I'm from Florida, but I know how my people are. I'm not shocked, but it's just kind of weird, man. Like, bro, like you can't be like I don't know, man.
Just want to reiterate, these are not the actions, thoughts, or opinions of Lonnie Lee Miles III. Just want to throw that out there for the last time.
Or the United States Air
Yeah.
Force.
Lonnie, hey man,
Or the United
why don't you
States.
Also, we're not lawyers.
give us a topic to take us home, bro. Give us a topic to take us home, Lonnie.
All right, let's take us home because I'm getting tired and I got to take all those damn trash out because they're about to move even tomorrow. Which actually brings me on a very good topic. Is
Plus,
that
you wearing the big ass that snuggie probably too big for you. I don't know why you got that snuggie on, bro.
I know it was a hoodie.
I don't know what it was. I thought it was a snuggie.
It is a
you're busting on me
hoodie.
like you out here looking like baby's kids? But anyway, yeah, you still ain't got your hair braided last weekend, huh? Did you?
Nah, the lady canceled me. I gotta go on Thursday. Don't worry, I'm gonna have my shit. I'm gonna have my little hang time hanging in the back. Don't worry about it.
Well, you got no hang time.
Oh, my hair long as hell. My hair
Well,
long as hell, bro.
that shit about to be tight in the back, bro. Tight in the back.
You know what? I think your final topic should be the last.
Early Allen Iverson.
Your final topic should be everybody, all the coaches that done got fired over the past 2 weeks.
I'm not. No, we are not doing sports to knock this out. Not happening. Hell no.
Listen, that's what the
We
basis
about
of this
to stay away
podcast.
the fuck away from sports in this podcast.
Oh, I ain't gonna do it, man. That's my life. Sports is my life.
Hell
That
no.
is it.
Hell no. We gonna be sitting on this motherfucker for hours on end. Ain't nobody gonna want to listen. The whole goal is for people to want to listen, which is actually the point that I'll wrap this up in. Is that for the people who are listening, if there are some critiques to an extent, I will say that if there are critiques and there's one person in this chat that understands what I mean about the words that I'm about to say, if there are critiques and feedback that you would like to give us, please give us that feedback. But also make sure that what you're saying makes sense. If you don't like that we're talking about something, guess what? You can go and listen to something else. Kiss my ass. But at the same time, if there are things that we can help make better, if there are some topics that you would actually like us to cover as far as talking about mental health, if you're talking about PCS, and if you're talking about how to rank up, if you're talking about best ways to do things in the military to help you gain rank, if you're trying to think about how to innovate, those topics, please give them to us, and we will definitely do our best to try to make them better. What do y'all think about, let's say, and I already know what Ben got to say about this, but the innovation aspect from where we work, because I'm not going to say those words, but the innovation aspect of the people that we're employed by.
I'm gonna let y'all start that
I'll
off.
start that. I don't know. I don't know.
And you already know you got to wrap that one up. That's you.
All right. It depends on where you're at. Honestly, it is a lot of innovation at the wing level or the base level. Really depends on your commander at the time. I know that before I got here, I was doing a lot of innovation stuff at my old duty station, and they really kind of gave me the keys to the castle. Let me kind of do whatever it was that I wanted to do. Kind of long story short on that is some of the things that Lonnie and I do in our real career field. We do some like HVAC stuff, like AC, air conditioning stuff. And at the time, I was working in a back shop, and we would get these air conditioning units in, and it took forever to get them back out. So we didn't have the proper tools, equipment, training, know-how to do literally any of our jobs. So I did all the research, got on YouTube, was on like HVAC forums. We ended up going to the local community college and talking to the guy that ran the HVAC program at the community college. We talked to a bunch of business owners that owned HVAC companies in town, and just were reaching out into the community for help. And so before we did that, it would take me, depending on what the issue was for these air conditioner units, I could have it back to you today, maybe, or I could have it back to you in a month. One specific incident, we finally fixed one and sent it right back out the door. I think the week before its 1 year anniversary in our shop. It had been sitting there for exactly a year. And by the time it was all said and done, I spent $3,500 of the Air Force's money and turned that process into a 12-hour process. So you give me a broken one, I can give it back to you within 12 hours, period. And so I got a lot of support from that wing and from the wing leadership all the way up to the command level leadership. Tons of support. Then you come to a different base, and now nobody wants to hear anything. And I'm pretty sure everyone in this current command, they don't actually want innovation. They don't want anything to change. But at the same time, they kind of want everything to change. COVID kind of ruined, I won't say ruined. COVID did a thing to basic military training in the Air Force to where people now understand that changes can be made, and they understand the process of making those changes. So pre-COVID, everything was set in stone. This is how we train new recruits. This is how we push new airmen out into the Air Force. This is what we do, and this is how we do it. 1, 2, 3, go. If you can't figure it out, that's your own problem. Now, once COVID kicked off, everything started changing. And now that we're coming out of the whole COVID fiasco and all that kind of stuff, things are still changing on a weekly, if not daily basis, just because now people know the process and they know that it can be changed. So stuff's just changing for the sake of change, and it's not necessarily a thought out actual process. Some of the things that we're doing here, they're frustrating. I won't go too deep into my actual opinions on that because I don't want really that to be out on the interwebs forever. But but it's rough, and it feels like that this particular command doesn't actually want things to make sense. They don't want things to change in a good way. They want to change because, make no mistake, we are not about pushing trainees to be airmen. We are a public affairs office, essentially. Everything that we do is about optics and how it looks to not only the United States public but the world at large, because everybody's got a microscope on us all the time. So that's kind of what we're seeing as far as the innovation stuff goes, is things that actually make sense to change, we get pushed back, and things that don't really make sense to change but somebody up high wants it to change because that's what the Army's doing, or
that command that he's talking about is the dog and pony show of who we work for.
It's dog and pony central, man.
Be very careful about my words.
Yeah,
it's dog and pony central. It's all we do is just but that's all we used to do. It is a dog and pony show, and it's not necessarily about actually the mission that we're doing, which was one of my biggest frustrations. Was he was talking about is we're not focused on what we actually need, right? Because if you wanted me to focus on what we actually need, y'all can back off because y'all know I've expressed stories to literally everyone on this panel about the things that go on a day-to-day basis and told y'all like it's it's turning into this is not necessarily about making them better. It's about am I checking this box off? And for me personally, my morality cannot let me go and not make this person better or
Mhm.
try to do this. Like I can't give someone a certain punishment if I have not done everything that I've tried to do to try to help that behavior. Like I said, oh, you did this. Guess what? You end up messing up because, like, for instance, when we're kids, you go up and you touch a not sink, Jesus, but you touch a stove.
The hot one.
Stove's hot. Guess what? I guess you're gonna check that stove again next time you walk up to it, won't you? Yep, sure will. All right,
Right.
cool. Now you've learned that behavior, or you come in late at night. Hey, why are you late? Well, I was doing this and that. All right, cool. You're grounded. All right, bed.
Mhm.
Because I'm done with this. Like, if I don't do anything to try to help that behavior, then you're going to end up with people who are just going to look at things um a very paperwork way. Paperwork is not the way to help an environment change. Not at all.
Right.
And granted, do I think that paperwork sometimes is what you need to document somebody's behavior? Yes, 100%. I'm not going to ever argue with anybody on that. But also, what have you done as a supervisor to try to help these people try to be better? And uh, Kimball, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to wiggle my words right now.
Careful.
Really trying to wiggle my words. Is that what he was talking about as the command that we used to work for? It's very focused on analytics, which makes sense from coming from a bigger corporate standpoint. You're focused on analytics and you're focused on production. Cool, got it, 100%. But here's the caveat to that: is when you're talking about training, training is not quantifiable. It's not binary. Training is not binary. I cannot take all three of you, teach you the same thing, and
Right.
do it the same way. Training is not binary, and I get that um, that the office in general is looking at that from a general standpoint, but also at the same time, the freedom that they're giving the people who are instruct this training is being very limited.
Right. That makes
And so
sense.
this is us giving y'all that like that thought process. So what do y'all think, Fish Carter?
I mean, talking about innovation in general. I mean, innovation is what drives my career field. Period. For what I was in for, so I was so much that eventually it'll eliminate 75% of the workforce because it'll be automated and only one person will have to work it. So, I mean, I like the innovation part of it, but I don't like the part that it knocks off the human interaction with the samples. You know what I'm saying? But the training and everything else still has to go on. It still has to happen. So I'm kind of indifferent to it, but I like it because it's very interesting to see where we're going. But uh, you know, eliminating human error only adds for other errors. Does that make sense? If that
Mhm.
does make sense. So that's my take on it.
What you
Yeah,
got,
I
Fish?
think I'm. I think I'm pretty much like where he at too, man. Like it's It's good to have. Obviously, my job now wouldn't even exist without innovation. Being in cyber, um, literally every single day is something new that either somebody's doing that I work with, or a new system came out, or a better system came out, a cheaper system, more efficient. Like we were talking about a kid today in the shop. So my in this career field, we manage obviously multiple servers and stuff. So on all these servers, every I think 45 days or every 60 days or whatever, like passwords have to be changed. Just like anything that y'all use, you gotta have a certain time limit, and that takes I think they said it takes 30.2 man hours to change every single password. So this kid is creating a script, which is wild to me because if y'all ever coded anything, if you fuck up one little letter, that whole script will not work. From one space,
Yep.
one period, one anything, the script won't work. He's creating a script. I think he may be almost done with it. That will change every single password in 15 minutes. So that's some crazy, crazy. I know it's at like a lower level, so to speak, for innovation, but that's wild that somebody can come up with something that that'll save that much time, in a career field. Like y'all know how it is in the military. Like stuff is on go all the time. Like they can call me right now and say, this whole area of the base went out, and we got to go in and figure out a way to fix it in a timely manner. But the fact that's something that this kid is doing is wild, man. I couldn't do it. I don't know how to. I tried when I was in training. I was doing coding, and I don't know what I was doing wrong. But when you fuck up on coding, all the shit go red. All the words go red. So it pissed me off. And like somebody walk by and be like, "Damn, that's a lot of red." I'm like, "Hey, man, like chill out. No, like leave me alone." The coding is not for me, but just that's innovation to me. Like at my level that I see every single day. So
That's the
I think it's cool.
I think that type of innovation right there is the type of stuff that we need. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the type of stuff that's actually going to get shit done. You don't want the
exactly,
generals to be out here innovating because they're so disconnected. They're so disconnected
exactly.
from the actual job and the day-to-day grind. I get it.
Yeah,
I don't have the overarching scope of how the Air Force operates and how the DoD operates and all that kind of stuff. All I know is what I do on a day-to-day basis. And the way that I view
yep,
innovation is it has to be that person, that boots on the ground type level that is trying to do something to make their day-to-day easier. I mean,
right.
because all innovation really stems from, at least in my case, laziness. You know what I mean? Like when I
Facts.
was doing all those air conditioner units and stuff, I was just lazy. I hated working on air conditioners because one, I didn't know what I was doing, and two, it was such a long process. And so it was like, there's got to be a better way. There's no way you call an AC guy to your house or to one of those casinos in Vegas, and they're like, bet we'll have your AC up in like 30 to 120 days. That doesn't happen. Somebody comes out and the shit gets fixed like today. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that happens.
it all stems, at least for me, from that laziness factor. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to do any of that work. And so because I didn't want to do it, I wanted to find a way to do it more efficiently, get it done faster so I can move on to something that I actually enjoyed working on. And so I
So
think,
would you say that what you did, you found a purpose on what you were doing rather than just doing the job?
yeah, you gotta have purpose, man. Like that's key for a lot of people that join the military. A lot of us are those like hands-on type learners, and we gotta have a purpose. We need a mission. You know what I mean? Point me in the direction and tell me what you need, and I'll go get it done. And I think a lot of us
Yep.
are on that same page. And so, having that purpose is going to make you actually want to come to work. You know, and the funny thing is, when I was doing all that stuff and researching and all that shit on stuff that I didn't even like doing, at the end of the day, once I got it all figured out, that's all I wanted to do in the shop was
Exactly.
work on those things. And Lonnie, you know, the scope of stuff that we were working on in that particular shop, it's like we worked on literally everything. Our career field is broad spectrum. We're diesel mechanics, we're HVAC technicians, we're electricians, plumbers, kind of all of the
For anybody
all the
for anybody that's
trades wrapped into
listening,
one.
to clear what he's saying is there's nothing, and Campbell, you know damn well, is if quite literally anything breaks, we're not looking at I need somebody to come and fix this. Our mind immediately goes to off instinct. How do I fix this?
Yeah.
That's it. We're not looking at hey man, I need to call a plumber, I need to call an HVAC person to come over. Well, maybe HVAC because I'm doing that. Well then shit.
I got it.
But when it comes to wires, you know damn well with that house, god damn.
I'm gonna find the problem. I'm gonna fix it.
We're heavily focused on trying to fix that problem, and because of the skills that we've built over the past decade, I'll tell you right now, I knew not jack shit about a diesel generator and how it worked until I joined the military.
Yep, you learn.
Now I have changed TOs on a certain how do I say this? I've changed TOs on a certain piece of equipment that we work on.
Yep.
Is that right, Ben?
Yep.
All right.
You've essentially changed processes on how we go about doing maintenance on a diesel engine because of what we know how to do at this point. And then same goes for me and all the HVAC stuff as well. It's like I've changed processes for literally everyone in that command on how they go about doing that process. So
so what we did was like we took the thought process that they always have, and we quite literally stuck our foot outside the box. And like, hey, look, man, I get y'all been doing this for this long. Like he said, man, I'm tired. I just want to go home.
Yep.
Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this shit no more. Like, I'm tired. I want to go home. I'm working on something that was built in like the 1960s, 1970s,
50s.
Like, damn, if it was long.
It was the 50s, bro.
For the long vehicle.
All right, yeah. So we're talking about something that was built in the 50s, and I have to equate that in the 2000s right now, and try to figure it like, yo, I can literally just go out right now and buy a brand new one of these and put it right there,
and run it from
it's
your
gonna
iPhone.
work, and it'll run forever. It'll be fine. But we don't have to do that. We have to learn. We have to learn to innovate. We have to learn how to be better. And so I just want to make sure that the rest of our partners that are out here that are listening to this, to make sure that like, hey, it's okay to step out the box, to make sure that, yes, in a way, do you want to be lazy? Yeah. But do you just want to work more efficiently?
That's what it comes down to, is being more efficient on stuff. Like, I think that's like, if you look at anything that has been made, like look at airplanes. People made airplanes, they want to get somewhere. They made a car because they want to get somewhere. They got tired of riding the damn horse and carriage. So, you look at the bullet trains and a bicycle, man. Like, people, like every single thing that you can think of. This laptop, this is innovation right here. What we doing, being able to video chat. We ain't in the same place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can call somebody, and I can call somebody in China. No, I ain't got nobody in China. I can call somebody in England right now if I wanted to, through
FBI agent. I don't know anybody in China either.
I already got my clearance, so I'm good. But like literally, like you can look around everything that you're doing, from your refrigerator to your stove to your fucking light. Like anything in life is from some form of innovation, because and obviously, we see the upgrades. We got electric cars now. We talked about that last week, I think, with how that innovation is happening now. And I think they're trying to make like a all electric plane. I don't know if I want to fly that, but they're talking about doing that. And you got trains that are electric planes. They're trying to get that figured out. I don't know how it's gonna work, but they're trying to do it.
I don't like the plans we have now. I'm not jumping on an electric plane, bro.
That's what they're talking about right now. So it's like stuff like that. It kind of make you, makes you wonder, damn, like innovation really does happen like this. Like we got electric grills now. Like you can literally go on the list, and I just think when you think of innovation, you got to think of efficiency. Efficient. I cannot say that word. Efficiency.
Got you. Efficiency, bro. I'm here for you.
That's whenever I think of
And the big
of
thing, I think the big push for innovation in the military is because we, in the DoD, we are a money spending entity. We're not a money making entity. We have no ways of making money. All we can do is allocate funds here and there, or try to get more funding, or we get less funding every year, or whatever the case is, wherever that money comes from, for the different pots of money and stuff. So anytime if anybody wants to innovate or change something within their work center or anything like that, the big thing is that efficiency piece. You want to make it more efficient, because not only can we probably procure the equipment and everything else for a lot cheaper than we could have, back when it was created or whatever, but also if say your password thing, you said 30 some odd man hours to do it, and now you can do it in 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So like that right there is another money saving piece, because now that the because you're getting paid to do a job. You know what I'm saying? You're getting paid to do a job. If you're spending 32 hours changing passwords, that's 32 hours that you could have been doing something else,
exactly,
and being more efficient with your time. You know what I mean? Now, if you can knock it out in 15 minutes, that opens up almost 32 hours for you to go do something else.
That's what it boils down to.
Hey, Justice. Hey, baby.
Yeah, I just see you.
What the fuck is going on with your hair? Hey, Justice.
Is it this time?
That's it.
Justice, what are you doing? You got it. So going into what you were talking about, as far as like the whole innovation aspect of the man hours, bro. I think I texted you when this happened. Justice, can you get the fuck away from the microphone? Uncle Lonnie loves you. But get the hell away from my phone. So when I went to Wyoming and I started logging into the computers, it took me not even 20 minutes. I'll just listen to that. The first computer that I logged in on, we got new computers. And it took me maybe about, I would say 7-8 minutes tops to log into a brand new computer.
Damn, that's lightning speed.
Yeah.
Kimmel, you know damn well what that means to me. I was like, what? And they were looking at me like, yo, why is this so impressive to you? Like, bro, you don't know what I've been dealing with for the past couple of years. If I literally have to come in the morning and put my card into a computer and wait about 45 fish, I shit you not, I'm not playing, like I'm not exaggerating this. 30 minutes to 40 minutes on average to log into a computer.
If Cyber Shop would do their job, all it is just like you know how you got McAfee on your computer, like your security type deal. So you have McAfee right here, you have another security system that the Air Force implemented, and they're fighting each other. All you got to do is stop one of them. Like they're fighting each other for security of the computer, pretty much. So it slows down everything a lot. I just learned that in my training. I'm like, why can't we just take it off? And like, well, because one is like the Air Force version, and one is the out of the box McAfee version. So you can't I guess you can't do one without the other, but they're fighting each other. So
it's a good education because to help people out, especially people that are listening and saying that, like, it takes me so long to log into a computer and blah blah blah. Like, this is actually really good education to understand why.
Yeah, it's just security systems fighting each other. That's all. It sucks, but that's really what it is. But I guess that could be like the wrap up too, since he's leaving. I know he had to go.
Since Carter's out, we probably should wrap this up. We've been going for almost 2 hours.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Edit certain sections out.
Oh yeah. We'll chop. We'll chop
Yeah,
some
we
of that up.
got. There's some editing that needs to happen, but it is what it is. Got motherfuckers coming over to take my shit out of my apartment tomorrow because y'all gonna see me. If we next time we do a podcast, I'm gonna be on an air mattress in the middle of my living room.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Hey, it's all
But-
good. I'm really mad my TV gonna be gone though, but I need the motherfuckers to take care of that. Cause hey, Campbell, you already know.
Yeah,
If that motherfucker breaks, I'm causing hell.
it'll probably break.
I hope it does so I can get a new one. That means I get
Facts.
65.
Big facts. Do you have a big fancy outro for this, or how's this work?
I really don't have a fancy outro or anything like that. Campbell, I know you don't use social media, but I'm gonna put my social media out there.
We'll cut it.
We're gonna edit.
It's crazy.
We're gonna edit that whole shit out. So London Miles 27 on Instagram. Go ahead and follow me. And yeah, that's about all I got. I really don't have too much of an outro. Fish, what you got?
Same thing. Just follow me at the Future Aviator on Instagram. That's all I'm gonna give out. I ain't giving out everything else, but
Fish, you trying to play? You trying to get on Flight Simulator right now? What's up?
I don't know. I might. I got to see what I'm about to do. Then I'll let you.
All right. Well, this is the only place you can find me on the internet. So, okay. Bye.